posted at all times. You'll have a full-on conversation with somebody and then nothing. Are you recording right now?
Yeah. It just started.
Okay.
So nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the exact people we were talking shit about.
Let's take a poll. Girls with mascara or girls without mascara?
I like them real old. Who am I? Oh God.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so...
That was just a inside joke.
Jesse, are you going first?
Yeah.
Wait, we're trying something new this week, guys.
No, we're not telling them though. Wait, get up in there.
Sorry. Okay, I'm up in here.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute. My name's Jesse.
I'm Lee.
Welcome back to the good, the bad, the bread.
The bread.
The good, the bread. The good, the bad, the murdered podcast. So we have a couple. So first of all, I just want to say it's been a minute because we've both been sick, but at different times. And then also it was the holidays. And those are the end of our excuses. Do you have anything to add to the excuses?
No, but I have things I want to talk about. Can we talk about them or no?
Yes, but I do just want to say today I'm going to... Have you ever heard of the Isla Vista killings or Isla Vista Massacre?
Oh, no. I remember you brought it up. I think you brought it up, but I don't think I know anything about it.
It's happened in 2014. You know what's so funny is when I see 2014 in my mind, I'm like, wow, it only happened like 2 years ago.
Every time.
I'm like, it happened like 8 years ago.
Yes, my case is from 2015, and I did the same exact thing. I was like,
I'm like, oh, that was last week.
Anything from 2000 to 2020 just is 1 year ago in my mind.
This is a crazy story that I just stumbled on. Before we start the story about Elliot Rodger and the year-long planning of this attack.
Whoa.
I know. What did you want to bring up?
Well, let's save it for after. Why don't we just start and then I'll talk about it when we get done.
No, you tell me right now, bitch.
All right. So I watched this.
I
had all this free time. I had COVID and it really, thank God I had my 3 shots because it wasn't too bad. But I watched a lot of 2020 episodes.
Ooh.
And remember we kept talking about the Murdochs and I like never knew anything about it. Like you would have all the information and I would have no information on it.
Oh, guys, wait. Are you going to say that we're going to do a thing on it?
Oh, yeah. Instead of me talking about it, I guess we should just do.
No, you can talk about it. What? Weren't we talking about doing a 2-parter on the Murdochs?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody's kind of caught up to speed if you remember the Murdochs, but then Lee found something that I didn't know either. And I was the one that was supposed to be the point person, quotation marks. And she found something. And then I was like, we should just do a 2-part like story on this. So what did you find?
I don't want to spoil it because there's so much I didn't know. Like Jesse would always bring it up every week. And like, I had heard a couple things on the news, but like I for whatever reason, I didn't get into it. Cause I think, everything was going on with, Rust and Gavin Petito. Petito. I'm sorry. There was too many things in the news.
Petito.
Yeah. Petito. Too many things that I was paying attention to. So I never got on board with it. But then I watched this episode and I was like, there is so many things I did not know. It is fascinating.
What did you watch an episode by?
It was on 2020.
Sorry, by. I read by.
Oh, it was.
I read the word by.
It's just the most recent season of 2020, and it's just about the Murdochs. And it was interesting too. And I should listen to this podcast. There's a lady, and I don't remember her name, but she had started a podcast on the Murdochs when this first thing happened a really long time ago, because she knew that there was going to be like those. They're a very prestigious Southern family that have ties all over the state.
And anytime I feel like that's something, like there's always some kind of
more to the story.
Yeah, like even if it's just like I have money, so like we're not going to get as much trouble right away, or like whatever. Speaking of which, we need to do Cosmo DiNardo, which is what just dawned on me when you said money, because they bailed him. He killed people. They knew he killed people, and they bailed him out for $500,000.
Yep.
The fuck out of there. All right.
Yeah, we should do that. We're gonna do.
We should do that. Those two, yeah, like team up or do 2-parters.
Yeah.
Especially Cosmo. That one's so. Man, that one's so sad. I watched the special and the I mean, all of them were sad, but the one boy's father was hard.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I lived in Levittown when that all happened. Yeah. Like as it was breaking. Is that where that
estate was?
Yeah, one of their houses was in Levittown, right down the road from where I worked, like literally a block and a half away. And then their main house, the farm.
The farm, where was that?
The farm was in, I think, Doylestown.
Doylestown?
But me and my one friend, we were always into true crime. She would have the police scanner on. She would be listening to the police scanner, sending me updates, all the docket information before it was released anywhere. I have no idea how she got it. She should have a true crime podcast. It was insane. And so
we need to use her as like a source.
Yes, she's very, very computer stuff. And she went up to the house out. I mean, we drove by the house. Yeah. Like,
why would she go up there?
Because it's so close. Why not? Like, she didn't like go on the property, like, but she went to go check it out.
Cosmo. No, I mean, like, when did she go up there? When it was going down?
Active investigation. She just wanted to drive by the property.
The police are digging up bodies.
Yes.
Cosmo's popping off guns and she's crawling around in the bushes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Who is this? Who is this?
My girl, Allie. I'm not going to, well, I guess I can give her last name. She'll never listen. It was.
No, you don't have to. Don't. She's going to get.
Yeah, no. My girl, Allie. What's up, Allie? She knows true crime for life.
We'll do Christy's Corner in a little bit. All right. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
All right. So the Isla Vista killings, part of mass shootings in the United States. So this is a mass shooting. So the target was the students of the University of California, Santa Barbara. A spree killing. You know, I love my spree killings.
Yes, you
it's
do.
The only ones I ever accidentally, purposely pick.
Yep.
This was May 23rd, 2014. It says 9:27 to 9:35. I don't know if that's
the time frame of the active shooter.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if that's a couple minutes or 12 hours.
Oh.
I don't see a thing on there. All right,
we'll have to figure it out as you're talking, because I'm sure
I'm sure it's a couple minutes based on kind of what I know. All right, so Elliot, I hate how whatever, this is his name, but just like when it's always like 3-4 names.
Oh yeah, like the full.
Like, are they gonna use my confirmation name if I kill someone?
Yeah, probably. What is your confirmation name?
Christopher with a K.
Oh, you had to be all fancy, didn't you?
Like crisscross.
Crisscross in the
But it was St. Christopher. The nuns were so mad, but everybody hated each other, so I was just like, fuck it.
That's hilarious.
Elliot Oliver Robertson Rodger.
That's a long name. Okay.
Elliot Rodger.
Yeah.
English-born American college student, born in London, England, moved to the United States with his parents at the age of
21.
5.
Oh.
He was raised in Los Angeles. His father is a British filmmaker, Peter Rodger. His mother is a Malaysian Chinese research assistant for a film company. I'm laughing because if you've seen Zoolander, it's the Malaysian prime minister.
Oh, yes.
And so whenever I see Malaysia, I just think that. But then also, they're trying to explain to Owen Wilson's character Malaysia, like they don't, and he's like Micronesia, like they're just calling it different shit because they're dumb. Yes. All right. So Rodger attended Crespi Carmelite High School, an all-boys Catholic high school that I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce correctly, in Encino, Los Angeles. And then Taft High School in Woodland Hills. Encino. Do you remember Encino Man?
Oh yeah, with Brendan Fraser
and
Pauly Shore
and
the Weasel. It's Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore is a weasel.
That's his thing.
Excellent. Whoa, like yeah, he was always like,
yeah,
hey buddy.
Yeah, I don't know why he was called the Weasel. Maybe it's his nickname. I don't know.
No, who's the other guy that played Rudy?
Yeah.
Frodo.
I don't know his real life name.
Sean Austin.
Sean Austin.
Sean Austin was the one that was in that movie we watched.
I know, it was so bad. I can never remember his name.
What was that movie called?
Oh Lord. It was about the
Mexican
Mark Kilroy case.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the movie.
He was so bad.
Deal with the Devil. Borderlands.
Don't
watch it, guys. It was really bad. Jesse was like, "Oh, it's so highly rated. It has 91 out of something of Rotten Tomatoes." It was so bad.
So, Elliot went to Taft High School in Woodland Hills and graduated from Independence High School in Lake Balboa, and briefly attended Pierce College in Moore Park College. Why is he before moving to Isla Vista? Why is he in 2011? Why did he go to all these schools? That's already a problem, I think.
Yeah, I feel like some people would do that. I knew a couple people that went to multiple, usually only 2 colleges. They would start at a college, not like it, and leave and go to another college. But what was the time frame? It was like within a year?
No. It was like Taft High School, then it was another high school. Oh, I guess the last one was a college, you're right.
Oh, well, high school makes sense. I had one friend who did 1 year in each different high school because he kept getting kicked out.
So he went to 9 high schools?
No.
4 high schools?
4 high schools.
He went to 4 high schools?
Yeah, he went to
I had a friend that did 1 year for each grade school.
Really?
9 grade schools.
In the area?
No, I'm just joking.
Holy shit. No, he went to... You're just making shit up.
And they're like New York and Russian. It's just the numbers.
Yes. School 52.
Yeah. I went to 92, 75, 48, 43, 92, 65, and I graduated from 111. What?
For our listeners who don't know, we did an episode about
cave diving.
No, it was spelunking, but it wasn't even spelunking. It was the catacombs, the Russian catacombs.
Go listen to the catacombs.
And in Russia, it was their schools are not named. It's not like
New York is.
Theodore Roosevelt School. It's School 52 or School 97, and it was just shocking because we never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
So he also attended Santa Barbara City College. In his manifesto, he said he dropped out of those classes in February 2012. After the killings, the school said he had no longer been taking classes. So that's what he said in his, I guess Santa Barbara City College was like, hey, he wasn't going to school here. And he also wrote in his manifesto, like he dropped out. I guess they were just kind of verifying, like, before he came up with all this crazy shit, he wasn't attending here.
Mm-hmm.
So mental health and social problems. According to his family's attorney and a family friend, Rodger had seen multiple therapists since he was 8 years old, but the attorney said he had never been formally diagnosed with a mental illness. He was on the autistic spectrum, is what was said. By 9th grade, Rodger was increasingly bullied and wrote later that he cried like every day going to school. So he was like crying every day at school.
How old was he at this point?
This was 9th grade.
Ooh, okay.
At the same time, he developed a addiction or obsession with multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess he's crying every day. He's getting bullied. He's shooting shit on, whatever. It's starting to add up for him.
Okay.
It dominated his life, playing the games most of his teenage years and briefly into his 20s. So I guess this is why he switched schools at Crespi. Dude, I don't know how to. It looks like it says Crispy Carmelite.
Just call it that, Crispy Carmelite.
Well, it says Crespi Carmelite. Crespi Carmelite High. He was bullied. In one incident, his head was taped to a desk while he was asleep.
Kids are mean.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, we used to nicely bully.
Yeah,
but we were all bullied. I was bullied. We were just all bullied.
You're just messing around with each other.
It was just like messing around.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that. I don't remember doing anything like that bad.
I don't remember anybody in my high school bullying anybody. I'm sure it happened. I just didn't see it or wasn't aware of it. But I don't know. I don't remember.
Also in my grade school, we were everybody was I don't know. Like when you play like suey, you'd peg people in the head with the tennis ball. Like I guess we were getting
rough. That's called roughhousing.
Is that what that is?
It's not even bullying. It's roughhousing.
Yeah, we would just pick on each other, but we all did it. I don't know.
I wonder if we were the bullies, and that's why we don't know.
No, because people used to pick on me.
See with me.
I used to get in fights all the time. Yes. That's why I left the one school.
You left the school because you were getting bullied?
No, not getting bullied. I was just getting in. I just was not being challenged. and there was like one too many fights here or there.
Yeah. Okay.
So. According to Elliot in 2012, the one friend he had in the whole world who truly understood him said he didn't want to be friends anymore without offering any reason.
Really? That's a shame.
So his best friend, the one person that he always like thought about and cared about as a good friend, was just like, hey, I don't want to hang out anymore. So Elliot Rodger had a YouTube account and blog titled Elliot Rodger's Official Blog, through which he expressed loneliness and rejection. He wrote that he had been prescribed risperidone.
Never even heard of it.
Risperidone.
Is it like depression medicine?
Rasputin. But he refused to take it. It looks like a bipolar disorder pill.
Yeah.
After researching this medication, I found that it was the absolute wrong thing for me to take. After turning 18, Rodger began rejecting mental health care and became increasingly isolated. He said that he was unable to make friends, although acquaintances said that he rebuffed their attempts to be friendly. Family friend Dale Launer said that he counseled Rodger on approaching women, but that Rodger did not follow his advice. Dale also commented that when he met Rodger at like 8 or 9, I could see that there was something wrong with him. Looking back now, he strikes me as someone who was broken from the moment of conception.
Oh.
All right, so we're starting to kind of get into it because there's some early incidents, and then it's like the manifesto and online post, and then it's the attacks. So you don't know anything about this at all?
I've never heard of it.
Okay. The one of the things, it says attack type, it says spree killing. You know what? I'm not gonna ruin.
Okay.
I'm not gonna jump ahead. All right. So early incidents, things that were considered, I guess, problems. Elliot claimed in his manifesto that in 2011 he threw coffee on a couple he was jealous of.
Who does that?
I don't know. Especially if like they weren't even talking to you.
Yeah.
It's not like they broke up with you.
Yeah.
Which still would be stupid, but like at least they were.
And what was he jealous of? Just that they were together?
A couple, yeah, that it was just like looking good together or having fun together.
Ugh.
This light is a lot brighter than normal.
I'll turn it down while you continue to talk.
Can we?
Yeah.
I'm like.
Well, I have this light on too.
Which one?
This one over here. Usually don't have one.
Well, I feel like we usually put that one on. Sorry, guys.
All right, let's see. Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, usually we have this one on, so.
This one, like that?
No, that one. Don't we?
I don't know. Let's try.
I completely forgot to. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and with that one.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I just looked over at you and I like couldn't see. Another incident, he splashed coffee on 2 girls for not smiling at him.
Did he work at a coffee shop?
Nope.
He just carried around coffee.
Hot coffee.
And just pouring it on people.
Why don't you smile at me? Why are you so happy over there?
God. Well, I mean, at this point too, I can understand why people don't like him if you're just throwing coffee at people.
I want people to be my friends.
Because you're throwing coffee at people.
As he's like boiling, he's making hot coffee.
There was always that. Do you have a kid in high school that was like that? That was just like, you felt bad that he got picked on, but he was a complete dick.
Yeah, one of our friends, actually. We were friends with him.
Ugh.
We didn't feel bad he got picked on. He was just always being a dick. Like, he kind of did. He was just kind of an ass.
I had an acquaintance. I would not call them their friend because they were not my friend. But this person, we used to buy drugs off of them. That's why I really wanted to hang out with them. But they were so mean. The meanest.
Yeah.
Like, there was no redeeming qualities. They were like a jerk. And like, at first you'd be like, oh, I feel bad for this kid because he gets picked on. And then you would you would give him a chance, like smoke bowl with him. And then you're like, this kid is insufferable.
Supply and demand. You guys should have all got together and got the demand somewhere else and just let him.
Oh, I think we did. I think we quickly moved on.
Or you
he
should
was
just
no longer a weed dealer after that.
Or you should have been a mature person and just robbed them. That's what we would have done.
Cut ties completely. Yeah. You're gonna be a dick. I'm gonna rob you.
You get robbed.
So many people got robbed in our high school parking lot for weed all the time.
Yeah, because they're probably being dicks.
They're like, let me get an eighth, and then all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, so and so just robbed so and so at their car. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nobody would do shit about it.
Wait, here's another one. This one's so stupid too, and I don't understand the drinks.
Okay, go ahead.
Now it does
a latte. Was it?
It does start turning a little more violent, but it's still another. So in 2012, Rodger used a super soaker filled with orange juice to spray a group playing kickball at Gersh Park. I don't know where Gersh Park is, but so a group's playing kickball, having fun. So when he sees people having fun, enjoying themselves, or not smiling at them, or just being able to handle themselves, he hits them with a liquid.
That is insane.
Preferably coffee to 66% of the time,
yes.
but 33% of the times orange juice in a super soaker.
Mm-hmm. The super soaker part is my favorite part.
Yeah, can you like at least? Okay, so I'm just saying, at least maybe you had the coffee in your hand, and you're like, why are you smiling at me? But the super soaker, like you gotta unscrew the top, you gotta fill it up, you gotta. If he has one super soaker, he probably has a couple. Hey, which one am I gonna bring?
Yep.
Do you remember the one where the front you could change the direction?
Oh yeah, or the
so
double,
could, like, aim
the
over
double
here.
barrel,
double barrel,
yep.
Little pump, bigger one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Backpack.
Oh, the backpack.
You know what? I'm gonna put coffee in the backpack and orange juice in this.
Coffee one side, orange juice in the other. Do you remember that rumor growing up where if you were to mix, I think it was orange juice and coffee or orange juice and milk, it's impossible to drink orange juice and milk together? Did you remember that? It was like a little like urban legend when you were a kid.
Was it impossible?
I tried it. It was not impossible. It was disgusting, but it was not impossible.
No, but it is impossible to chug like a gallon of milk and not throw it up if you try to chug it within like 5 minutes or something.
I think that would be anything that you try to chug within 5 minutes.
No, I can chug water. I chug Slurpee.
5 minutes, 1 gallon of water? I think you'd be thrown up.
For our new listeners that don't know anything about us, I could probably chug a gallon of vodka.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd probably throw up.
I think I wouldn't be able to do it. I can't chug anything. Like, I'm not a fast chugger. I was never that person at the bar that'd be like, oh, let's
just drink.
To just drink it that quick?
Yeah. Why'd you do it like that? To just drink it? No, just to drink it in general, a gallon.
I have a funny story. So I remember the first time I had an Irish car bomb. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. And so somebody gave me the beer, the Guinness, and then the shot of
You didn't drop it in.
No, I poured it in because I didn't know.
Ew.
I didn't. Nobody fucking told me. I was at a whole party.
End.
All right, imagine this. Whole party packed with people. I was the newbie. I get there and it was St. Patrick's Day. They're like, new girl, hey, do you want a car bomb? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And they gave it to me and nobody told me. They just assumed that I knew and I didn't know. So the whole party at the same time drops their things in. I think I wasn't paying attention. I poured mine in and like somebody saw me and then everybody started pointing at me and then just everybody watched me chug it and I immediately threw up as soon as I was done. It was so gross.
It was probably sitting on the top a little bit. So.
No, it was all curdled in the bottom. That's why I threw up at the end because I chugged all the Guinness. Guinness was fine and it was all curdled at the bottom. Okay. If anybody doesn't know, I'm an Alcoholics Anonymous now.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Wait, all right. So in July 2013, Rodger wrote that after being mocked at a party, he tried but failed to shove some girls over a 10-foot ledge. Instead, other boys pushed him over and his ankle was injured.
Red flags all over the place. Why is this kid allowed out?
When he went back for his sunglasses, he was again mocked and beaten. A neighbor saw Rodger come home crying and vowing to kill the men involved and then himself. He wrote in his manifesto that the incident was the final trigger for his planning the attack, which is correct because he planned it for a year.
That's so crazy. Where is his parents at?
Dude, do you know how many times I was made fun of? Why don't you just make fun of him back?
I mean, clearly
he had other stuff going on, yeah.
Yeah, no social skills. And didn't we say in the beginning he was diagnosed with like he was on the spectrum or something?
Yeah, and he had social problems.
Yeah.
Or bipolar.
When did this happen? What year?
Well, that was July of 2013.
This was recent. I mean, he should have been diagnosed better by a school and psychiatrist.
So within the July 2013, May 2014 is when May 23, 2014 is when he carried out the attack.
That's crazy.
So in January 2014, so this is 5 months before, Rodger accused Chen Hung, one of his roommates, of stealing some candles. Hung pleaded guilty to petty theft. On April 30th, Rodger's parents contacted police after becoming alarmed by his behavior and YouTube videos. Sheriff's deputies who visited Rodger determined that he did not meet the criteria for an involuntary mental health commitment. Rodger had told them he had a misunderstanding with his parents.
So he stole candles from his roommate, stole candles from him?
Yes, his roommate stole candles from him.
He's in college at this point.
Yeah.
Freshman year?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little older. Because I think he was 20. So he was 21 at that time.
Oh, so he's like almost done college at this point.
Yeah, depending on how much he bounced around or whatever. But I would say middle to end of college.
Got it.
So manifesto. Rodger emailed his. How many word manifesto do you think? How many words?
Words or pages?
Words. That's kind of deceptive. It's deceiving because
1,000 words
times 107.
Really?
107,000 word.
Couldn't they have just said page? Like, why would they say word? That's like saying my child is 64 months old.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So you have to do it. Do the math.
How many words per page?
Sometimes 70.
It's probably 4 pages, and that's why they said words.
They're trying to make it seem long.
Yeah, it's like a
2.5
page manifesto.
How many words fit on a page?
500 words. According to word count, while a general guideline.
All right, do the math.
500 words.
Okay, do the let's figure out how many pages for those who don't like to do math like me.
214.
214 pages?
Yeah, 107. 500.
They could have said 214. That's way more impressive than words.
That's more than a lot of books, I feel like.
Fuck yeah.
It's called My Twisted World, the story of Elliot Rodger. To 34 people. What?
34 people
I'm sorry. He emailed this manifesto to 34 people, including his therapist, his parents, and other family.
He has a therapist at this point?
Former teachers and childhood friends. In it, he said he originally sought to carry out an attack on Halloween of 2013, but he reconsidered because of the police presence.
That was in his manifesto? And they did not turn him into the authorities? He said he was going to take part in a shooting?
Well, I think I'm pretty sure he sends this and then it's like that day or the next day.
Oh, okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because in his last YouTube video, Elliot Rodger's Retribution, Rodger complained of being rejected by women and envying sexually active men and described his planned attack and the motives behind it.
Yeah, why didn't he just go hire a prostitute? He could have paid for sex. People pay for sex all the time.
He actually, Elliot Rodger.
Google him too.
Here's a picture of him.
I mean, he's
not the worst looking guy.
He's not.
But I'm going to read this manifesto to him because he
thinks
he thinks Asian men are like the ugliest people. and that white women would never go for them is something he says.
What's his name? Elliot Rodger?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is what he write. This is in the video. Tomorrow's the day of retribution, the day in which I will have my revenge against humanity, against all of you. For the last 8 years of my life, ever since I hit puberty, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness, rejection, and unfulfilled desires, all because girls have never been attracted to me. Girls gave their affection and sex and love to other men, but never to me. I'm 22 years old and I'm still a virgin. I've never even kissed a girl. I've been through college for 2.5 years, more than that, actually, and I'm still a virgin. It is, well, who knows what this guy's thinking, but you're right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go pay for sex?
He could have. And like, okay, maybe he thinks he looks awkward. Who doesn't think they look awkward when they're younger?
There's
I
one
mean,
picture of him. He actually looks decent.
he is a good-looking gentleman. I mean, I could see like if he wasn't such a jerk, it was probably nobody wanted to hang out with him because he was a jerk. Like
Everybody
that's
thinks
the
I'm ugly. They're
reason.
like, no, Elliot, you keep trying to throw girls over ledges, and you just threw coffee on my cousin.
Yeah, you used a super soaker with an orange juice on our frisbee game.
Dude,
Fuck
I have
you,
orange
bro.
juice all over my brand new Kobe Bryant jersey, man.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's why.
It has been very torturous. College is the time when everyone experiences those things such as sex and fun and pleasure.
He could have totally had sex with somebody. It was because he was a dick. That's
Within
the
those
only
years,
reason.
I've had to rot in loneliness. It's not fair. You girls have never been attracted to me. Who's he talking to? I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy, and yet you throw yourselves at these obnoxious men instead of me, the supreme gentleman. He wrote, in my twisted world, that being of mixed race made him different from normal, fully white kids. Full Asian men, this is what he wrote on an online post. Full Asian men are disgustingly ugly, and white girls would never go for you. You're just butthurt that you were born as an Asian piece of shit, so you lash out by linking these fake. I'm sorry. Is this what linking these fake pictures? You even admit that you wish you were half white. You'll never be half white, and you'll never fulfill your dream of marrying a white woman. I suggest you jump off a bridge.
Is he saying that to himself?
So he said that it was an interracial dating forum of some sort.
Oh.
So he said that to
another person.
another full Asian, a full Asian man. I don't know.
Wow. So not only he's also racist too. So
yeah.
Ugh.
He made a racist comment regarding another boy. How could an inferior, ugly black boy be able to get a white girl and not me? I am beautiful, and I am half white myself. I am descended from British. What is going on here? Like, why is he so concerned about being white or not white?
I mean, clearly it's like a deep-rooted issue for him. He's probably, I mean, it sounds as if he's thinking that he's inferior because he is a different race than what these girls he's looking at are.
He went on to say he is descended from slaves. On the day before the day of retribution, I will start the first phase of my vengeance, silently killing as many people as I can around Isla Vista by luring them into my apartment through some form of trickery. A war of women was the second phase of his plan. The second phase will take place on the day of retribution itself, just before the climactic massacre, my war on women. I will attack the very girls who represent everything I hate in the female gender, the hottest sorority of UCSB. So Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
He stated in his manifesto that his ideal world, he would quarantine all women in concentration camps. At these camps, the vast majority of the female population will be deliberately starved to death. That would be an efficient and fitting way to kill them all off. This is really bizarre because, like, if you really want to get laid by women and you're mad that women are rejecting you, wouldn't you try a different approach and be like nicer? Instead, you're going to kill them all.
Right? It makes no sense.
So then what are you going to do?
Ugh.
I would have an enormous tower built just for myself and gleefully watch them all die. He also dreamed of a pure world where the man's mind could develop to greater heights than ever before. Future generations will live their lives free of having to worry about sex and women, and will enable them to expand their intelligence and advance the human race to a state of perfect civilization. He said that he planned to kill his half-brother and stepmother, but was not mentally prepared to kill his father. All right, anyway, fucking idiot. Here's some of the preparations. In September 2012, Rodger visited a shooting range to practice firing handguns. In November, he purchased his first handgun, a Glock 34 pistol. He got it because it's efficient and highly accurate. In early 2013, so this is a year before, Rodger bought 2 additional handguns, a Sig Sauer P226, P226, writing that they're much higher quality than a Glock and a lot more efficient. I don't know how true that is, but he purchased weapons legally in Oxnard and Burbank, California. My buddy Mike lives in Oxnard. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
So he claimed to save at least $6,000, which was given to him by his parents and grandmothers in order to purchase the weapons for supplies and attacks. Gun law experts in California have said that there was nothing in Rodger's known history that prevented him from making legal firearm purchases. So he used $6,000 to get guns and plan shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It gets a little gnarly.
How does he not have a history? There's nothing in his history that prevented him from buying guns, even though he has mental illness diagnosed from his doctor and he was on antidepressant medications. That makes 0 sense to me.
Antidepressants.
Ugh. That's why I said antidepressants.
You said antidepressants.
My sister's going to be calling me very quickly on that one. She has a whole list of words that I mispronounce.
That's what I do to my brother.
Do you?
Wait, is your sister older?
Yeah, she's
It
older.
must be an older sibling thing.
Yep.
Because
So
I
what do you do?
mispronounce shit all the time, but I don't think anybody says anything to me. But I always point it out to my brother.
Yep.
He also talks very quick, so sometimes he just bumbles some words up.
Yes, I do that too.
And he like skips like a word, and then I'm like, and then I say it back to him like, like it's like the 1800s, and this is how we speak. What did he say the other day? It was
How do I've never met your brother before.
so stupid. Whatever he said the other day.
I don't know.
I don't know. I forget what he said. Damn it. It was so funny. All right, here we go. You ready?
This is day of.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty gnarly. Because remember, he planned this for a year and he has multiple weapons and he's just like running all around.
Yeah.
So Rodger began his attack at his apartment on Savelle Road, where he killed 3 men by stabbing them multiple times.
How did he lure them in? Because I think his plan was to lure them in, it said, right?
I think they were just on the road outside.
So he just went up to random people,
Yeah.
stabbed them. Okay.
I'm sorry. It was outside of his apartment, like in the apartment, but outside of his
Door. Okay.
Like they weren't inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Bloodstains later found in the building's hallway that suggested Rodger had attacked one or more of his victims as they entered.
Okay.
So they were just walking in, and then someone was running up and stabbing them.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Can you? Ugh, I can't imagine. All right. Go ahead.
Bloody bath towel and paper towel suggested that they found in his bathroom suggested that he tried to like clean up the hallway, I guess, to just keep letting people walk in unsuspectingly.
Mm-hmm.
The way the men were positioned suggests that he killed them separately as they entered. So that's exactly what happened. He killed them, wiped up the scene, and then whatever. Then another person walked in, he killed them.
Yeah.
2 of the victims were confirmed to be Rodger's roommates, according to the apartment lease, where police were investigating whether the third was also a resident or visiting the apartment on the night of the killings.
So these were his roommates and buddies that he was murdering. Okay.
After the stabbings, Rodger purchased coffee at a coffee shop at around 8:30 p.m.
This kid is fucking coffee. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to stab that one, but I will throw a latte in his face.
Okay, go ahead.
At around 8:30 p.m., he was seen working on his laptop in his car in the parking lot of his apartment building. He uploaded his retribution video at 9:17 and sent his manifesto email at 9:18.
Oh, so that was when he sent it after he had murdered a couple people.
Yeah.
Okay.
After receiving a copy of the manifesto, Rodger's therapist phoned his mother, who, finding the retribution video on Rodger's YouTube channel, contacted Rodger's father. In separate cars, his parents left Los Angeles for Santa Barbara, calling Isla Vista police en route. So it sounds like they did all they could almost immediately.
Yeah.
And like knew something.
Yep. The psychiatrist did, the parents did, everybody did something right. The only thing that I see wrong at this point is that it should have been on his fucking criminal document somewhere that he shouldn't be buying guns.
Yes. So at this time, Rodger drove to Alpha Phi sorority house near UCSB, where he knocked on the front door for a few minutes, then began shooting people nearby.
Oh, so they never let him in.
So he was knocking on the door, and he wound up killing two women. Two women were killed. A third was injured. Rodger began driving again. He fired into an unoccupied coffee shop on Pardell Road, then several times into a delicatessen. A man was struck 7 times and killed. So it's gnarly because he stabbed people. He shot people. Then he got into his car, did drive-by shooting.
It's like a whole game of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's that's what it sounds like. A game. He's just playing a game. Rodger drove south on Embarcadero del Norte on the wrong side of the street, striking a pedestrian and firing at 2 people on the sidewalk, just barely missing them. He shot a couple exiting a pizzeria and a female cyclist. He drove south on El Embarcadero. I'm not saying that word again, guys. And shot at and missed a woman. Turned east on Del Playa Drive and made a U-turn to drive west. He then exchanged fire with a sheriff's deputy responding to a telephone report and struck 2 pedestrians.
He literally is playing Grand Theft Auto.
So he's running over people. He's shooting at people. He's not, thank God, like, I mean, that the poor person in the coffee shop that was shot at 7 times. But like, it sounds like he's just trying to do what he can and like keep moving.
Yep.
So I feel like it got sloppy after this, which is a good thing because I don't think anybody else dies. But all in all, I think there's 6 or 7 killed. I think it's 7, and like 14 people were injured. So all these people are getting ran over or shot. Rodger shot and wounded 3 people at Sabato Tarde Street and struck a skateboarder and 2 cyclists with his car. Turning east on that same street, he struck another skateboarder with his car and shot 2 other men at an intersection with Camino. Sorry, these names are very all like they're all like it's Sabato Tarde. It's like I don't know them. So near Little Acorn Park, Rodger exchanged gunfire with 3 sheriff's deputies and was shot in the hip. So it sounds like he was moving around. There's probably a lot of shit going on, police presence. So people were like probably kind of like seeing or like hearing or knew stuff was going on and trying to get away at this point. He was pursued by police. He turned down. He basically was just doing like he was just driving around in a circle. Like even if he was making a left and a right, he was coming back to the same places because these are all same streets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because now he's going down Del Playa again. And he struck a cyclist, then crashed on the north sidewalk just east of the intersection of Del Playa and Camino, which is where he was at before.
Is this all next to that sorority?
It's all very close to it, yeah.
Okay, so he was probably trying to get the girls in the sorority or like get around that area, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was, because I think this was phase 2, really.
Yeah, because that phase 1 was exactly what he said. Phase 2 was the girls.
Yes.
I mean, but he was going to do complete genocide of all females, which didn't happen, thank God.
Yeah, so it sounds like from that timing that from 9:17 p.m. Until 9:35 p.m. So less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Not the stabbing of the men.
Yeah.
He stabbed those men at like 8 p.m. Sent the email in between 8:30 or 9, and from 9:17 p.m. for those 20 or almost 20 minutes after that is when he did all of this.
Wow.
Where he drove around, shot people, just driving around in circles.
So this is probably 12 hours from what you were saying in the beginning, because that probably started in the morning. Remember in the beginning, you were like, I don't know if this was 12 minutes or 12 hours.
No, I think that's just saying.
Because wasn't there a time in the
It said
beginning?
9:27 to 9:35. I'm not sure what that time is. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll look into it. Okay.
We'll edit this out.
Sure, we will.
So he crashed on the sidewalk. He struck a cyclist and crashed on the sidewalk. At 9:35, police found Rodger dead inside his car from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head. In the car were 3 pistols, knives, 6 empty 10-round magazines, and 548 rounds of unspent ammunition. Okay.
Is he hit now? He's down. He got hit in the hip.
No, he shot himself.
Oh shit!
Self-inflicted gunshot wound.
I was paying attention to the times. I stopped paying attention to what
At
you were saying.
9:35,
Can you
he
say it
shot
one more
himself.
time? Okay.
At 9:35, he shot himself in the head.
car. He was in the car.
And there was 3 pistols they found, knives, 6 empty 10-round magazines.
Damn.
So 60 shots.
Yep.
And 548 rounds of unspent ammunition.
Jesus.
Were
the cops closing in on him? Is that why he shot himself in the head?
Yeah, and like he crashed, and I guess he didn't.
He was just done.
I guess he didn't really think. I guess he wasn't getting out of the car. I think he thought he was just going to be driving around his car. I also think he thought he was going to be able to get into the sorority.
Yeah. Why didn't he just kill himself before he did any of this stuff?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So all 6 murder victims were students at California Santa Barbara.
Okay.
The men killed at Rodger's apartments were George Chen, Chen Hong, who was the one who stole his candles.
Okay.
And David Wang. So George Chen was 19, Chen Hong was 20, and David Wang was 20. The three who died from gunshot wounds were Catherine Cooper, who was 22, Christopher Ross Martinez, who was 20, and Veronica Weiss, who was 19.
Wow.
Cooper and Weiss were the women killed outside the Alpha Phi sorority house.
Okay.
While Michaels Martinez was the victim inside the Isla Vista Deli Mart. So he's the one who got shot 7 times. He was inside the deli.
Oh, got it. Okay. Now, what about all these people that got hit by the car? Were they just injuries?
14 other people were injured, 7 from gunshot wounds and 7 from blunt trauma.
Jesus.
So he shot 7 and ran 7 over.
Yeah.
11 of the injured were taken to hospitals. 7 went to Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, where 2 were admitted in serious condition, 1 in fair condition, 2 others in good condition, and one patient was released the same day. I'm assuming some of those, I mean, like 7 other people were shot.
Yeah.
Some of them like multiple times. So, the 4 remaining, I don't know if you followed those numbers I just said, but the 4 remaining were all treated and released. So some of these people, like, you know, someone that got hit on the skateboard or the cyclist might have not.
Yeah, maybe fell off or something.
Banged up. So the aftermath was basically about gun control and mental health. It renewed calls for gun control, improvements with the U.S. healthcare system, which I don't think anything has changed.
Nothing.
California Senator Dianne Feinstein blamed the NRA for a stranglehold on gun laws for attack, and it's said shame on us and Congress for failing to do something about it. You know, no offense. I mean, like whoever you blame us at, but like everybody always gets mad and then nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
And then it happens again, and then it's just like you forget about this. Like that's why this one was so interesting to me, because I'd never heard of it. Because something else probably happened, like right after that, and I just like
because there's so
didn't
many.
Pay attention to the news that week or whatever.
There's so many shootings all the time. I just don't understand how it's so easy to buy guns.
Once again, we are grieving over deaths and devastation caused by a young man who was sending up red flags for danger that failed to produce intervention in time to avert the tragedy. In this case, the red flags were so big the killer's parents had called police, and yet the system failed.
Wait, they called police? Prior? Or the day of?
I think it was the day of.
The day of, okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's
No, I
rough.
think they were saying like the parents knew that it was such a big deal, like that they called the police.
Oh,
and he was already on this like mission,
I got it.
and it still failed. Is basically what they're saying.
I get it. Okay, man. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
And
I
yet
can't.
the
That's a
system failed.
lot of fucking people to be killed, and neither one of us have ever heard of it. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners have never heard of it.
Yeah. There was a little controversy over the videos and manifesto because several news networks limited the use of the retribution video posted by Rodger for fear of triggering copycat crimes.
That's what they need to do. They need to stop. Well, maybe that was one of the ones because they shouldn't televise it. Because televising it, I think,
yeah, it
makes people want to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it makes the person, for whatever, like infamous is the right word.
Yeah. And I mean,
Or
I fall
notorious,
victim to it as well. Like, I'll sit there and I remember one day, I don't know, all of a sudden CNN, I had it on. I always have it on in the background when I'm working, just for like noise. I just need something in the background. I was about to turn it off, and then all of a sudden it was like shooting breaks out in food store. I sat there. I had like things I had to do that day. I sat there for from when I got done work until I was ready for bed, just watching this thing break down.
It's such a shame. Do you know how many times, like at night, I might have to go to the food market, and I'm like, I should probably bring my gun in case like someone storms in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wish I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah. I mean, in the United States of America, this day and age, we have to think about those things because there's shootings everywhere.
I don't want to jinx anything, but like, yeah. Has anything like that, like a mass thing in Philly, ever happened?
Don't say that.
I mean,
I'm
mass stuff doesn't happen,
sure
but the dumbest, like random.
there's
shit
random shootings that happen. But I've not heard, nor do I know of any that have happened in Philadelphia or the surrounding areas. Oh, but I mean, even in our nice little town over there, kids bring guns to school. Like there was something recently about a kid bringing a gun to school in a, I don't want to say what school it was, but one of these local schools of a kid bringing a gun to school, and they like caught it after hours and took the gun out. Like it happens.
Which school was it?
I'll tell you after.
Just tell me. All right.
No, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
But it freaking happens.
Well, that Cosmo Donardo dude, but that was like a serial killer, basically.
You know what?
That's like serial killer. I mean, even though when you think of a serial killer, you think of like someone.
Oh, I just gotta chill.
Like, you're like, oh, Ted Bundy or Ed.
Yes.
Like you think of like, but that technically would be serial killing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're killing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
and you
like
kill again, and it's a different day, and it's.
I feel like that was the biggest high profile crime thing that happened in and around this area in a long time. Like, well known.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's crazy. That whole story, I'd never heard of it. I had no idea. It probably was that right around Virginia Tech? Because that could have been why I never. Because like once Virginia Tech happened, I was like, oh, here's another college shooting.
I feel like that was before that, wasn't it?
Virginia Tech was before, or the Santa Vista was before?
No, I thought Virginia Tech was. Yeah, it was 2007.
That's probably why I didn't pay attention to this one, because like it just gets so blown out of proportion all the time. Like you're just so used to hearing about them that you don't want to hear about them anymore.
Yeah, but the Virginia Tech one, that was the highest mass.
How many did he kill?
30 something. That was the highest mass murder at that time. I guess how many people died in Las Vegas?
Oh,
it's crazy to just keep doing this.
Yeah, Vegas I think was a lot. Hold on, let's look. What was that name of that venue? Or it was what was the name of that? Oh, Mandalay Bay.
Whatchamacallit was 33, Virginia Tech. It's crazy that this is a thing.
Yeah, we're very used to it in the United States. It's crazy. Mandalay Bay. 60 people he killed and wounding 411.
How many? 60?
60 people were killed. 411 were injured.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that guy was Yo, talking about the concerts in Vegas. How about the When We Were Young concert? I love all the social media hype around it. It's killing me. You know what I'm talking about?
The what?
When We Were Young. Have you not heard of this? How have you not heard of this?
When We Were Young concert?
Yeah, in Vegas. You knew nothing of it?
Wait, it sounds really familiar. What is it about?
So, you know how like on like social media and TikTok, like it's like real hot right now to be like an elder emo? You've not heard of this?
No.
What?
An elder emo?
So like, all right, when you were younger, if you listen to emo music, like
Yeah,
Taking Back
yeah.
Sunday and like all those bands. So those our generation, like our age frame and a little bit older, we're called, if you listen to that music on social media and like TikTok, they'll call us elder emos.
Okay.
So there's been all this hype for the last like year or 2 years about elder emos, and it's this whole thing like you were cool if you were emo when you were younger, and you're still an emo now. And so they announced this concert in Vegas, and it's called We Were Young, and the lineup is insane for emo kids. It's like
what? It's like all of those people from 2000s?
Yeah, it's like My Chemical Romance, Avril Lavigne.
These weren't even my favorite bands, but
the lineup's insane.
I want to go see it.
Yeah, it's in Vegas. They just announced it. Tickets just went on sale recently, but it was something like 60 bands are playing, and it was only one day at first.
That's insane. You can't watch 60 bands.
No, but then they released day 2, and I think they may release day 3. But it sounds like a logistical nightmare. It almost sounds like Fire concert. So there's this whole thing.
Oh, that's what I heard. That it was like Fire Festival too.
Yes,
that's why. Okay.
Yep. Which is hilarious. Did you ever watch a documentary about Fire? Oh my god!
We watched. There was 2.
Hulu?
I forget which one we watched.
Prime, Amazon Prime had one. I think Hulu.
I think we watched
one.
Amazon.
That's I think I watched both of them. But a lot of people they're only going to We Were Young just to see it blow up, like just to see how much of a shit show it becomes, because like it's bound to happen. They're saying, and maybe it won't. And then all these people just get to go see all these
documentary about it.
You should do that.
That would be cool. Huh.
Yeah, because then you get to go to Vegas. You get to go see all the bands. I'll buy a ticket. I'll fucking go. That'd be great. Kidding me? Actually, I have them texting me updates. I did not buy a ticket because I didn't think anybody would want to go with me.
Wait, we have to end this podcast because I have to use the bathroom so bad.
Okay. All right. We'll pick this up on our next podcast.
But we will.
We will. That will
in
be
4 minutes.
Yes. But for you guys, it might be 2 weeks later.
3 weeks. I'm still
Peace.
Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.
Thank you.